In this section, we're going to talk about functions, but before we can get into functions, we have to talk about the domain and range of a relation. Now, I had mentioned relations before, but a relation is essentially any set of ordered pairs x and y. There are also formulas that can be relations. Just like we had talked about lines earlier, relations can have solutions that go on forever. So a relation it's what we've been working with. It's nothing new, it's just another new name for something that we already know about. The domain are all of the x values in the relation, all of the inputs. So you remember when we were plugging in our x values for our quadratic equations, our x was always our input. We got to pick what we wanted to put in for x. The range is the output. The range are our y values. We didn't get to pick our y values. Our y values depended on the x values. So x is generally called an independent variable and y is dependent. And that is because x is the domain, it's all of the inputs, y is the range, and it's all of the outputs. So what we're going to do here is simply list the domain and range of each function. I'm going to type just so you guys can actually read it. So what is our domain? I'm sorry, it's really clicky. I have a very clicky keyboard. So the domain is our x values. So what are our x values here? We have an x value of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's easy enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So what's our range? Our range is going to be our y values, just like we had talked about above. Our y values are 1, 4, 9, 16, and 25. As easy as that. Just looking at the ordered pair, which one is x? Those are the domain. Which one is y? Those are the range. I'm going to let you guys pause the video at this point and complete problem 12 on your own. Welcome back. We are going to move on to problem 13. Now we're not simply given the x and y values. They're actually plotted out for us here. So now let's start by just listing all of the points that are on this coordinate plane. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. What's this one? We have x is -3, y is a +4. Now I'm listing these out just so that I don't accidentally forget anything. So let's do that some more. The next point is underneath it. X is -3, y is -1. -3, not 3 negative. There we go. Next point is on the y-axis, so x must equal 0, and y is 3. Next point over, x is 1, y is 5. X is 2, y is -2. X is 4, y is -2. This is our relation. So let's list out what our domain is. Domain is our x values. So our domain is -3 twice. However, we only have to write it once. So -3 is one of them. 0, 1, and 2, and 4. So even though we had 6 points, we have 5 items in our domain. That's perfectly okay, because we don't need to list stuff in our domain twice. What our range? Our range is 4, -1, 3, 5, -2, and -2. So we don't have to write -2 twice either. So we'll just write 4, -1, 3, 5, and -2. Now be very careful with these in your homework because they may want you to write them in numerical order, in which case the domain would be fine, but my range would not fly. I would have to rewrite it. So in numerical order, it would have to be -2, -1, 3, 4, and 5. That kind of went that way a bit, but you understand the gist of it. So go ahead and work on problem 14. Get those down. There are 2 parts to it. And in the next video, we will talk about the difference between a function and a relation. See you then.